Good morning. Day 3, Saturday, September 6th. We have like 3.5, 4 miles to get back to the Timberline trail. It'll be all down. And then we'll go for a couple miles, and then we're going to have to pick up water and go to a dry camp. So, be a fun day. Probably see more people today.
Yeah, there was only one person and his dog up here, and they weren't camped anywhere near us. Yoakum Ridge.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's a slog.
It's a slog, but yeah, it's pretty amazing up here. So, and there's an old trail that goes even higher up the ridge. I think you can get to one of the glaciers if you're ambitious. So, yeah, we'll check in a bit. One last look at our water source from last night. Just going down about 20-30 feet, there was like a pool. Still wasn't the best water, but it worked for us. So off in the distance, kind of in the haze, in the center of frame, that's Mount Jefferson.
There's been a lot of blowdowns, which have been cleared, but then lots to walk under, so this one should be interesting.
All right, it's 11 o'clock. We're at one of the tributaries to the Muddy Fork. So the water is going to be a little better quality here. So this is where we're going to load up, get enough for camp tonight, and 2 to 3 miles to a dry camp. So just like the PCT. I don't know if I even pointed out, but of course, Mount Hood right there. Just another angle. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised at how poorly maintained that section of Timberline Trail was. I thought this was a pretty popular trail, and you're kind of on a very narrow footpath with very steep drop-offs. And
take me back to the, I want to call it the Vulcan, but it's the Yoakum Ridge, because that was a much more steady, easy grade.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the terrain is why, but there's so many blowdowns, I don't understand why. I mean, some of them are, I wouldn't say dangerous, but could potentially cause issues. So I'm surprised there's just so many of them. And it's causing a lot of trail erosion too, and there's not a whole lot of trail to work with. So there's just so much sand everywhere. The trick is to try and find water that isn't so silty. So that looks pretty good right there. That's gonna be our source. Okay, so we're gonna top off our water while we're here. I'm gonna have a cup or two of electrolytes, and then we'll keep moving. Seen a lot of trail runners today. Some backpackers, but not a ton. There were a bunch here watering up. Yeah, so overall, I thought we'd see more people, but I guess we'll see what the campsites are like. All right, get another view of Mount Hood, and the muddy fork we crossed down there somewhere. So that's the glacier we had a view of last night camping. So we were on top of this ridge. That must be the Yoakum Ridge. Pretty cool seeing it from this angle. It's about 1 o'clock. We're getting closer to our campsite. We just had some amazing views of Mount Hood, maybe our last views of the day, but this part of the trail, the Timberline Trail from Muddy River, has been amazing. It's like night and day. No blowdowns, wide trail, even though there's still steep drop-offs. It's just a much nicer maintained trail. So there was that one section before the Muddy River from the Yoakum Ridge junction was a disaster. This is so much nicer. So it's about 3 o'clock. We got done a little earlier today, but just relaxing. And it's kind of been like somewhat overcast most of the day, but like the wind has picked up. So wondering if we're gonna see some rain or something. It feels a little chillier. Part of that still like the sweat hasn't dried off yet, but it does feel chillier. Chilly enough to have a hot beverage in the middle of the day. So.
And I'm in my sleeping bag.
But yeah, just reading, relaxing, and hearing the day hikers and day trekkers out and about. So it's 6 o'clock. Sarah just finished dinner.
Yep.
Mine is working. But for the past 15 minutes or so, we've been hearing a lot of thunder, I guess on the other side of the mountain or the ridge.
Maybe because it's like kind of sunny here.
It's kind of sunny here, but
I didn't pick this spot.
we've been hearing a lot of thunder, so we'll keep our eyes on it. So this is a dry camp. So the one thing I do want to do is we still have like water in our hydration bag that we filter. And if we have any left over, we'll just collect that back in a CNOC just in case. But I think we're probably fine for water, for coffees, and that's really all we have left. And we both have full bottles of filtered water, so we should be good. But if it starts pouring, just want to get that taken care of, everything in the tent.
In case.
So if we start seeing little raindrops, we'll get on that. Feels like maybe it's getting a little bit darker out here. Time to clean up camp and use the bathroom one more time before we might be hunkered down with a passing storm. Okay, we still have about 2 hours until sunset, but it has gotten really dark. The wind is picking up. The thunder has not stopped at all. So we're just kind of waiting for this rain to start. I think like it's coming soon. We'll see. rain has started.